Moving on now, it is baby boomer news. Baby boomers. Born between 1946 and 1964, their generational label is derived from the baby boom that occurred post-World War II, where the fertility rate was 3.5 babies per woman, and are generally classified by receiving a free education, some even getting a Commonwealth Bank bursary that paid full salary while they were studying, multiple home ownership, relatively cheap global air travel, which didn't require them to remove their shoes, belts, and compress them into a 33 inches of legroom in an aggressive attempt to force them to pay more money to upgrade out of their terrible seats. Rapid medical advances, low unemployment, and no tech companies attempting to disrupt the workforce, and a growing contempt for generations pointing out that they had things easier than we do, and should maybe give up some of their wealth and power or die, and clear up some space on the planet that they killed. Well, now the latest example of, hey, the young will fix that problem that we totally created, has risen its head. Young Australians face the prospect of paying a levy to cover the cost of aging boomers' care. Well, I mean, it's only fair. They got free education and a stable economy. They didn't actually know how to look after themselves. They're domesticated. They're like zoo animals. If we release them into the economy, they die from never having to learn to look after themselves or struggle with any kind of real problem. So it's only fair that we look after them, right? Aged Care Minister Annika Wells warned the boomers are coming this week in a message millennials have been spouting for years now. Labor is trying to make good on an election promise and bring dramatic improvements to the country's caring economy for older Australians. And working Australians could be facing an extra Medicare-style levy to pay for it all. Appearing on the ABC's Insiders, Wells wouldn't rule out a major new tax to revamp the aged care system, which is hard for those who were hoping to move into the future without dying in their workplace due to the economic necessity of working into their late 90s after the destruction of what was known in the before times as a stable economy. There is a lot of pushback against the idea of leveraging what younger generations have left after their planet and economies were destroyed by the relentless need for growth under capitalism. And implementing an aged care levy would merely make the intergenerational inequalities even worse. Baby boomers own half of Australia's wealth, despite being just 1/5 of the population, an estimated $10.4 trillion. $10.4 trillion certainly sounds like it'd adequately cover the costs of taking care of the baby boomers, especially given as of June 2021, the country's GDP was an estimated $1.98 trillion. Their generation got a lot, and it's time for them to stop being so selfish and give back a little. From each according to his ability to each according to his needs, but only within their own generation. They can use their extraordinary wealth to save themselves, and if they still don't think they can afford it, well, I have a few suggestions for them to help manage their financial future. They can cut back on a few luxuries like avocados and luxury brands like Coles brand bread. Maybe stop drinking coffee or cut back on larger luxuries like the relentless pursuit of profits under the capitalist system and live more within their means, allowing for the excesses that they've hoarded like a dragon in a cave to be redistributed. Hey? 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 Sounds pretty good. After the Aged Care Royal Commission issued the report in 2021, there was a recommendation for the imposition of a levy. Given Labor also looked into the adequacy of job seeker, and the recommendation was that it be lifted, and then they didn't do that, we can obviously rule this out. Recommendations are exactly that. Recommendations. So we need something more concrete. Seeing as they love the stock market so much, and it has been so good to them, we can use the Housing Affordability Future Fund model to pay for their aged care. Just take a few billion and put it into the stock market. Maybe mix it up by sending some of it to a casino. The oldies love the old Crown Casino. And we can see if there are any profits from that. And if so, we use those profits with a $500 million cap on the annual benefit. And if there isn't enough for everyone in a single year, well, the rest will just have to wait it out. After all, we can't provide for everyone, right? It's only fair